So
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. And I don't know where Dodger would be right now. But I have a pretty good idea if I
Mhm.
hadn't have found Ozone. So, I'm Anita, and I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I have my dog Dodger, who is a Great Dane, and he'll be 11 years old in June this year. So, Dodger, he was diagnosed with the soft tissue sarcoma, very large one on his front leg back in April of 2022. And of course, that's, I knew there was something kind of going on there. It kind of presented as like a stretched tendon sheath, like a horse, is what I kind of considered it to be. So when I got the diagnosis, it was, quite scary and alarming of what's next. But I had two other previous Danes that had cancer, osteosarcoma and lymphoma, and I thought, you know what, I'd always done alternative type of things in conjunction with conventional medicine, but this time around, I wasn't going to make fear-based decisions, and I was going to take my time and do things a lot different. So, so that's when his journey began. So after I got this diagnosis, of course, I started doing a lot of Googling and that sort of thing, and checking into holistic veterinarians and integrative veterinarians that I followed, and I came across a live talk between Dr. Judy Morgan and Dr. Judy Jasek, and it was on ozone, and so I participated in that and was completely blown away of what I was hearing with the results with ozone. So I thought this is it. This is definitely a tool that I want to add to his treatment plan. So I seeked out Dr. Cholack in Ontario, and she had just got an ozone machine. I took him to her clinic a couple times, and he became more vibrant, and his enthusiasm came back. So I did rectal, and then I also did limb bagging after Dodger's surgery. And it was miraculous how quickly his leg healed up. And I kept pictures along the way. He initially his wound was sutured up, but then he got some necrosis, so it opened right up. It was ugly. I was freaking out, of course. But the surgeon reassured me that all wounds will heal, and sure enough, with some limb bagging and a lot of care from my veterinarian and everybody else who's helped me, his leg healed extremely quickly. So that was really something to see. Unfortunately, 2 weeks after Dodger's leg surgery, he bloated as well and had to be rushed to emergency for surgery. So that was absolutely terrifying, and it really took a toll on his body. So he had 2 strikes against him in a matter of 2 weeks. So I continued to do ozone after that. And then I think with all the drugs and everything that went on, it really upset his microbiome, and he began to get like yeasty ears. So I also did ear insufflation as well. And then just kind of along the way, I've on and off, I'll periodically do the ozone. So I'll stick with it for 2 or 3 days a week, and then I'll give him a break for a month or something. But yeah, he's done wonderful with it, and just the ozone in conjunction with all the other alternative therapies and traditional Chinese medicine. I've done mistletoe. I've done intravenous vitamin C. All sorts of great things with him, and they all just kind of complement each other.
What would you say to a pet guardian who is a little bit timid about getting into this, or not sure if they should do this at home?
I would just say it doesn't do any harm. Let's put it that way. It's extremely safe. Dodger was very accepting of it, because you think, oh my goodness, to do rectal insufflation, that can't be fun. But honestly, it's just so easy, and to have this modality in your home, in your toolbox, it's, initially a little bit of a cost, but in the grand scheme of things, it's such a powerful, powerful thing to have for peanuts, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. And I don't know where Dodger would be right now. I have a pretty good idea if I hadn't have found Ozone.